national examinations such as ACT, SAT, IELTS, and TOEFL, opening doors to education in America, Canada, and Europe. Admission into JSS1, JSS2, and SS1 for the 2026/2027 academic session is now open. Entrance examinations are held in the school premises, online, and at any Watchman the Assistance Centers worldwide on these dates: March 21, May 9, June 13, July 11, and August 8.
I will not change the dial. This is still the Hot Daily Show on Hot 99.5.
Measles and rubella are deadly diseases. They spread fast, can cause blindness, brain damage, miscarriage, and sometimes death. Every day, Nigerian children are at risk, but there is good secondary school and protect
godliness and academic excellence.
Are you looking for a secondary school that combines academic excellence with strong moral values? Welcome to Logos International Secondary School, Lodges, our Mama Imo State. At Lodges, we nurture students in a serene and secure environment with qualified teachers, modern laboratories, technology-driven learning, sports activities, pastoral care, and strong discipline. Our students enjoy global opportunities, preparing for international examinations such as ACT, SAT, IELTS, and TOEFL, opening doors to education in America, Canada, and Europe. Admission into JSS1, JSS2, and SS1 for the 2026/2027 academic session is now open. Entrance examinations are held in the school premises, online, and at any Watchman the Assistance Centers worldwide on these dates: March 21, May 9, June 13, July.
Okay, it's a beautiful Thursday morning. It's that Thursday morning before Valentine's Day. So I'm not alone. I have ladies in front of me, and I have a gentleman just by my right-hand side. So they are from the Logos International Secondary School, our Mama. And in conjunction with Sexual Purity Team, they are launching what they are calling Sexual Purity Campaign Outreach 2026. Now, the topic now, love beyond the hype. Una sabi hype man abi, you know what hype man they do for club and all of that. So their focus is love beyond the hype. So I'm going to start with a gentleman by my side. Tell us your name.
Thank you. My name is Miniku Mainti.
Say that again.
My name is Miniku Mainti.
Where are you from?
River State.
Ah, okay. All right. So to the ladies in front of me, tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Precious Ruth Olekibe.
Precious Ruth, okay. And you?
My name is Stanley Kimura Chimamanda.
Ah, Chimamanda. Okay, you?
My name is Chukwuendu Chioma Glory.
Chioma Glory, okay. I'd want to take note of all your names. What's my own name? My name is Ify. Yes. So now let's delve into the conversation proper. So I don't know if this is the first time I would be seeing, students from a school carrying out this type of campaign. Is this a Christian school? Is your school a Christian school? No wonder. Now, your theme, the focus for this campaign is love beyond the hype. What exactly does that even mean? Explain to me like I'm 5. Who would start? Would he start? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hype to love is a version of love that is promoted by social media, peer trends, or festive seasons, which are usually loud, flashy, and performative. It focuses more on the gifting, the flexing, the texting, rather than commitment, respect for values, and real, genuine love. In this season, love has been reduced to who bought what, who is posting who, or who is giving who, rather than commitment, sacrifice, and real love. Thank you.
He say love has been reduced to posting, gifting, and posting, gifting, texting, flexing. That sounds like a line from a song. Anyway, you would agree with me that the things he has actually highlighted, like say the guy even, they listen to waiting at the talk earlier. Excuse me. That's exactly what, some people see as love. The gifts, the places where you go carry them go, all of those things. But in this season of love, it is way more than that. Now, since your school is a Christian, should I say Christian based school, what exactly does the Bible and good moral value teach about love?
Thank you so much. The Bible teaches us about love in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 from verse 4 to 7, where the Bible says love is kind, love is patient, it doesn't encourages evil and all of that. Now, Bible teaches us to love one another. Another example of love the Bible teaches us can be seen in John 3:16, where he said, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son." He gave something that is very, very sacrificial, because even in our setting, you cannot actually give out your only son for even your brother you love to die in place of him. And you see that particular love is everlasting. It's not seasonal. It's not based on any season. It doesn't have a particular day to celebrate it or a particular day to call it love. It stays all through our lifetime. It's that love is the agape love that is leading us all through our life. And then love should respect our bodies. It should respect our bodies, our boundaries. It shouldn't be what will destroy us or will lead us into something of internal damnation or consequences. Something that will bear the consequences. The stigma will remain with us all through our life. It should be something that whenever we remember that Jesus, for example, when you remember that Jesus died for your sins, you are happy. You are saying, oh, somebody actually redeemed me from the depth of my sin. So when you remember, it should be something that when you remember it, you should be happy that this thing happened to you. Is a thing to be looked onto, and it's something that should be good and not defiling.
Oh my goodness. That's a whole lot. So you better say they can't preach for us for studio. But it's really good when you hear these things from young minds, because it's so sad that society today has been polluted. There's just this wrong notion. And sadly, social media helps to propagate this kind of doctrine where people feel like, if you're not getting certain things, or if you're not acting in certain ways, or if you're not giving your body, then maybe you aren't just expressing the love the way they would want you to. Now, let's look at some of the long-term consequences, and Glory is going to be answering this question for me. So what are the long-term consequences of love that is driven by pressure and lust? And it's so good that, you guys are youths, I don't know if I should call you young teenagers. Society right now, TikTok gives a certain, view of what love should look like. Social media also shows you certain people that might be around or within your age bracket, and they feel like, okay, this is what is supposed to be. So now that you know better, thanks to the learning that you get from your school, the Logos International Secondary School, Awon Mama, so far, what exactly are the long-term consequences of this type of love that we see in 2026, which is driven by lust and pressure?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. In these long-term consequences, we have those that, of course, the most popular of all. We have unwanted pregnancies and STIs. Whenever we indulge in this kind of love that is literally overhyped, that's a very known consequence. And as a girl, of course, once you get pregnant, of course, the next thing that happens is academic decline. And from academic decline, you drop out of school, because nobody wants to see a girl with a protruding belly in class. Like, that won't happen. And then from then, whenever she leaves school, she's being stigmatized by the rest of her friends and the rest. And from there, she can set into depression. And then the time comes in that depression where she's like, okay, I've had enough. And eventually, she can take her life. So these consequences are really, really detrimental to this kind of life. And also, we should not even talk about the long-term consequences. Finally, when you eventually get married, you start having trust issues. Oh, will I still have a repetition of what happened when I was much younger as a teenager? Even if you don't get to that point of depression, definitely you're going to have trust issues, because, how can you marry and then you always have this mentality that, okay, something will repeat itself. Okay, you always have this mentality that, okay, what if my husband cheats on me? What if, he gets me pregnant and abandons me again? Like, and you also have this issue, let's say you eventually give birth, and you're like, okay, will he accept the child? Will he treat the child like his own? So there will be a lot of complications. So those consequences are fatal.
Okay, so I understand the consequences, but let us be as real as possible. Young people have emotions, right? You have feelings. You did not fall from the sky. So when these feelings come, especially during seasons like this where it's all in your face. I don't know the road you actually took to come to the studio, but yesterday I drove around town, well, not all parts of town, and I saw that people don't they put red cloth everywhere. So it's in your face. So as young people, these things are already in front of you. You see them even when you don't want to see them. Sometimes you listen to advertorials on radio, and it is all there. Now, with all of these things, how are you able to protect your emotions? How are you able to, your emotions? Let's start with your emotions. Chioma.
Okay, I think how young persons can be able to protect their emotions, the first step there is being born again. There are things that discipline cannot actually get you. Some persons say they are celibate. I have a friend who was celibate in my year one. She said, okay, I've actually had sex in the past. I don't want to keep living the life of immorality. I'm just going to do this thing. And then she didn't attach the God factor to it.
Oh my goodness.
Sometime in my year two, she told me, oh, I went to I don't know, somehow so I did it again. And then with another guy. Now body count is now 2. So there are things that being born again actually helps you. So that's the number one factor there. And then the second thing is that know that you are enough. You don't need somebody posting, somebody gifting you on a particular season to validate how enough you are. Have your self-esteem. Know you are enough. You don't need validation from online, from anybody to determine your worth. You should know your worth. You're worth more than all those things that they will give you. Another thing is that know that whatever is, to me, I used to say whatever is worth doing is worth doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you should know that love shouldn't come with something bad attached to it, like I will always say. For example, now, I'm married actually, and I know my husband's love me. And maintaining this patch of sex.
Sorry to interrupt you. She doesn't look married though. She looks like she's in SS3. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So the thing is that I discovered that, okay, as I'm married now, there is no trust issue like you have said earlier. So protecting my body, there's a lot of values that come with it. My husband respects me, of course. From the society, there's this respect that comes with it. Knowing that you didn't defile yourself. Like I can see some of my classmates in secondary school who got pregnant, who, all this kind of thing, become an untimely father. And when I see them, they even call me ma to greet me. So try protecting yourself by praying, by surrounding yourself with persons that align to your value system.
Very important.
Those that are maintaining that part of purity. You can't tell me you're doing sexual purity and a body is your friend. One day they will influence you. One day you cannot beat them. You will actually join them. That's true. Have people of like mind. Another thing is mentorship. Submit yourself to mentorship. People who have gone through that part in the past. Of course, your mother was once a young person like you, so she passed through that phase of life.
She was once a baddie during her time. Yeah, so, even though some people are baddies in Jesus.
So we tell you that, oh, my daughter actually took this step and it didn't pay me. So I don't want you to guide yourself, have mentorship.
Yes.
And then that in Bible says we should guide our hearts with all diligence, because out of it are the issues of life. Whatever decision you take today comes from a place that you've thought over it, you've ruminated over it, just like a quote which you called, you've taken thought over it over and over again. So it's where everything that happens. Before you go to that young man's house, you've already decided in your heart, I'm going to, whatever it is, let me see it. You've already decided in your heart. So guide your heart. That's all I would say.
Hey! Aisha, we're not going to make special announcement for offering now, because today's message is hitting all of the right points. Now, I think it was my darling Glory that was saying something about, is it STIs? For those of you that listened to the Hot Daily Show yesterday, no be wetin we talk about. We talked about STIs, how the number is going to increase this year. No be say they swear for anybody, but trust me, here in Imo State, it is what it is. But now, my next question is to Shekina. And remember, they are from the Logos International Secondary School. So the aim is, to reach out to young people, within their age range and, as many older people as possible. Because trust me, knowledge can come from anywhere. It's not really age, whatever. A young person can impact knowledge, an older person can impact knowledge. So to you right now, Shekina, why do you think teens, that's teenagers and youth, they feel pressured to date just because their friends are dating?
Most of the teens, they feel pressure to date because they want to show that they can actually love others and they can also be loved. They want to have this feeling, they want to show others, their friends, that they are not so immature, they are not like that. So another thing is the fear of rejection. Nowadays, people stigmatize others. They'll be like, hey, this person, you're so immature. And one popular phrase that goes, you are the Jew type.
Okay.
So now they don't want that. They don't want to be mocked. They don't want to be isolated.
Yes.
They want to be seen as somebody that is part of the trend. So they are afraid of rejection.
They're afraid of rejection. And this rejection of a thing, I think we've talked about it before on the Hot Daily Show. It's not just for, young teenagers like them. There are actually some grown-ups right now who faced rejection while they were younger. And so they were not able to tackle it or handle it so well. Now they have grown up and it still, plays a significant role in their lives. That's why you see some grown men that really cannot speak to women. They will tell other people to talk to them on their behalf. But the truth is, rejection is not the end of the road. It's like somebody telling you no and you're feeling like, oh, why didn't you tell me yes and all of that. No, you should not fear rejection as a young person, as an older person. Sometimes I even see certain rejections as God's own way of trying to save you from unforeseen circumstances, because how careful can one be to even start with? So yeah, for those of you that are young people like them, or maybe you're older people, and the fear of rejection has actually mounted a lot of pressure on you to just, do what you're not supposed to do. Trust me, at the end of the day, I don't know, but how do they say it? Whatever a man sows, that is what he shall reap. Okay, now this one is for Chioma. Now, how do teens and youths handle love and affection and then attention from the opposite sex? You know that some people can love you. You know how they say, I love you genuinely. My love not really carry any comma. I just love you as a person. So some people can actually love you genuinely. So how exactly should teenagers and youths handle this kind of love, affection, and attention from the opposite sex?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Okay, they should handle this kind of love with caution.
Okay.
With wisdom and boundaries, they can actually pull through. They should actually almost be suspicious of everything. Because yes.
Really? Why?
Because, of course, even the devil portrays himself to be an angel of light. So, even if the guy is saying, oh, I love you past my mama kind of vibe, you are the only water in my well, without you are nowhere. All those hot pickup lines, my dear, no fear. Like that. The only thing, just don't take it seriously. Okay. Believe me. Some of those things are just, once they get under your skirt, that's the end.
But then again, what if it's genuine? I can see you now and say I love you and I don't have anything, any ulterior motive. So what if it's genuine? Maybe I would allow her speak on it, but go on. What if it's genuine and there are no ulterior motives? How do you handle that kind of love and affection and attention? Okay,
if that kind of affection comes to you, actually feel like you should actually ask yourself, what kind does love offer me? Well, what good will it be to me? Because there are people that will love you for different reasons. Love can come for different things. So their love should be a kind of love that will build you and not break you. It should be a love that will teach you values, a love that will push you forward, a love that will always have your good interests at heart, a kind of love that will want you to be ahead, be at the top of your game. So I actually feel like that's what that kind of love should be about. So if somebody actually tells me I love you, it should be a kind of love that can benefit me.
This one at school, waiting and they teach you for there. Tell me, because Are you sure you're not going to come and join radio someday? But, just answer me very quickly before, we go on some commercials. The thing is, I understand, where she was coming from when she said that, get as person go like you go need to be suspicious. And you really will not blame anybody. I mean, gone are the days where I could leave my child in my neighbor's house and really not bother. But right now, you go to fear, when my neighbor no go run one or two with my pikin and so on and so forth. So, for these children that have emotions, trust me, they have blood running in their veins. There are some things you really cannot just expunge and cage them from. You get as you go take cage pikin, then go find way, go find that thing where they try protect them from. So for those that would come across people who love them genuinely, without having any ulterior motives, as an older person in their midst, what would be your ultimate advice to them?
Okay, I would say that most of the love relationship stories we hear that's gone bad, even on the internet, believe me, started on a very genuine note. That's why we talk about the Spirit of God and having the spirit of discernment. Because if you have the Spirit of God in you, you'll be able to discern that this particular one, it was genuine. But you know that most times the devil is a very, very cunning human being. There's what we call grooming. He will groom that particular thing. From stage to stage, he's preparing the person for something. You know that at this point, these people will fall off the track. Now, that's why you have the Spirit of God in you to direct your path. To direct so that you will know that at this point, is moving out of the genuine love I used to know. And then set boundaries. Set boundaries. Like before I got married, there were very, very boundaries, serious boundaries I set that even sometimes I feel like I was being harsh to myself. But those were part of things that actually helped me to remain focused on my purpose, on my goal, till finally I was able to get married. So when we talk about the spirit of discernment, because I had this experience, okay, there was this particular man that he saw me, I was brilliant from, and everything. He loved how I was working a laundry day, and then he portrayed himself to be so genuine. He was like, oh, you're not yet in school. Can I sponsor your schooling? Can I do this one? He was actually a married man. And then from all instance, this person is married. What were we looking at? Like, even I should be the granddaughter if he actually married early. So it was a kind of genuine fatherly love. I would call him sir, daddy, and all of a sudden, one of the admit that, okay, he calls me at odd hours. From coming normal daytime, he called me at odd. I would say, sir, please, in my policy, I don't pick call once it's past 8, unless it's somebody I have a very cordial relationship with. He said, no, okay, so daddy cannot call you by 11 in the night. And I'll be like, yes, my daddy can call me by 11 when there is an emergency. But then, so it have to take me the spirit of discernment to know that this is actually, and there's one thing about us women. Whenever something is not going the right way, our instinct will always tell us. Take women who have very sharp instincts. You know that this is what this one is coming from. I know now. So when it started going that way, he was crossing my boundary. I knew that though this thing might be doing, but it's entering somewhere else. Then you have to cut it off. And then there's one thing, learn to say no, please. Whenever it is no without feeling guilty, no without but what if, no without what if I don't get somebody to marry me, what if I am after, but he has loved me, or this why he has been genuine. Learn to say a no. You know, most even when the no is hurting you to say, learn to say no and stand by your no.
Okay, learn to say no. We've said this a couple of times on this show. No is actually a complete sentence. For the younger ones, when you stand on your ground and say no to certain things, you really do not need to explain yourself to anybody. If person they tell you, why you not go green for me now? No is no. I really do not owe you any explanations. Anyway, let's go on this very quick break. When we come back, we have a question for the gentleman ladies in the studio.
For a secondary school that combines academic excellence with strong moral values? Welcome to Lagos International Secondary School, Lodges, our Mama Imo State. At Lodges, we nurture students in a serene and secure environment with qualified teachers, modern laboratories, technology-driven learning, sports activities, pastoral care, and strong discipline. Our students enjoy global opportunities preparing for international examinations such as ACT, SAT, IELTS, and TOEFL, opening doors to education in America, Canada, and Europe. Admission into JSS1, JSS2, and SS1 for the 2026/2027 academic session is now open. Entrance examinations are held in the school premises, online, and at any Watchman The Assistance Centers worldwide on these dates: March 21, May 9, June 13, July 11, and August 8, 2026 by 9 a.m. Registration fee is 10,000 naira only. Visit www.lodges.org or call 0703 515 6274, 0803 539 4197, or 0803 797 9039. Logos International Secondary School, fostering academic excellence and godliness in the youth. Your child's future, our divine assignment.
I love that part where it says your child's future are divine assignments. That's a big deal. So for those of you that, you just put your kids in schools for whatever reason, I just hope that you also look at the spiritual aspect of things as well. We don't have any more time, so my final question is to Mr. Mighty, and I'm hoping that he's able to answer this question in 60 seconds. Now, having listened to you all, your parents, or rather, no, let me now direct the question now to una wey dey listen. Una wey don't hear everything where they don't talk like this now, from love and so on and so forth, and of course, the school and what have you. What would you now have to say to them first of all, before I now go to your teacher right here in the studio? What would you want to tell them? What would you want them to know? Yeah, basically.
All right. Logos International Secondary School is your home away from home. It is located at kilometer 24, Owerri Onisha Express Road, Awomama, Imo State. It is a safe and serene environment. In my school, we have just two objectives which are imbibed in our motto: academic excellence and godliness of the youth. In the academic part, we have adequate prep times, qualified and professional teachers that put in every effort to train the students to be academically sound. And in the spiritual aspect, we have pastors and guidance counselors that help us with every spiritual or moral problems we might have. Our school also upholds a zero tolerance for examination malpractice policy, which creates students that are not just mere certificate holders, but imbibers and practitioners of the knowledge that they have acquired. Each student that graduates from Lodges are making waves all over the world in various professional fields. Bringing your child to Lodges is never a mistake, but rather the best decision that any parents can make for their child. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, very quickly to Mrs. Ruth Precious. This will be our final question for today. Even as we call it a wrap, what role do you believe parents and guardians and churches play or should be playing in guiding youths on the issues of love? In 30 seconds, if you don't mind.
The first thing is that take them to a very school that will groom them in academic excellence and godliness of the youth.
Okay.
Which one of those schools, in fact, one in a billion, is Lagos International School.
It's obvious. It's very obvious.
Please give them listening ears. Don't scare them away. Always tell them the truth. Don't tell them the half truth. Let them know the truth about their sexuality, everything about them, and guide them to make the right choices. Please be the friend to the kids.
Sure, yeah. Una we be say una friendship, abi una relationship with una children is, I pay your school fees, I buy you clothes, I take care of, maybe your academic needs. There's actually more to parenting than all of that. I hope your children can call you friend and not just mother. Some of you, you learn to be your children's friends late. And by that time, they don't learn, then don't relearn, then don't unlearn many things for street. Anything where you not go teach your pikin, trust me, your pikin go learn am for street. There's no two way about it. So I'm just hoping that, this season of love is not just an opportunity for you to show love and so on and so forth. But hopefully you can give some listening ear to your children as well, teaching them sexual purity amongst other things. So the people you have been listening to, they all came from the logos. When you enter school, because she resembles SS3 student amongst them. Her name is Mrs. Ruth Precious. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you very much. All right. So for any other details, I'm hoping that this promo would answer any questions. In case you want to reach out to the school, maybe to enroll your child, you're looking on, getting your child into another school, maybe the school where then they be like, say, your picking or they go left. We're going to reel out all of the details for you. Okay. Thank you all so much for coming. This is still Hot 99.5.
The Logos International Secondary School, our Mama Imo State, in conjunction with Sexual Purity Team, presents a one-day transformational program for teenagers and all secondary school students, tagged Love Beyond the Hype. This program is designed to promote sexual purity, godliness, sound moral values, and academic excellence among teenagers. Featuring spoken word performances, drama presentations, panel sessions, seminars, interactive discussions, and lots more. The venue is at the Ridge Event Center, close to Arugo Park, Owerri, Imo State, on the 13th February 2026. Time 10 a.m. Be there and God bless you.